All right, today is the day that I make my final video on this, my Dragon 2, with it's hit its final form. I'm gonna start it's gonna be a really long video. I'll just start off with the mods and I'll slowly take everything out, and then after I've gone through the bag, then I'll go through the loadout. I'll put that towards the end or at the end for anybody that is willing to still watch it that far, but it's gonna be a long one. So first thing you're gonna notice, obviously, the beaver tail has been modified. Sent it to Thermolift Designs, or Thermolift Works, Logan. I had her recreate the tail, got rid of the unsightly horizontal molly. Unsightly but more useful, but I'm going for a look here, an aesthetic. And she got her own. She had UVX 40. She kept my original tail and modified it. Put the 1-inch webbing up the tail. Kept the little bunny ears as per my request. It is slightly loose here, not completely flat, but also not completely loose either. The next thing you'll notice, obviously, is this is now dual tone. Jeff over in the Carryology group had worked with Logan and swapped the fronts with the two Dragon 2s, and I was lucky enough to be able to get this one. This is the one that I wanted, the white front with the black body. So my original Dragon 2 has been sold. I needed the cash for a different hobby. So let's get to it. This loadout is about 30 pounds, like 29.5 pounds. I carry this every day. I have carried it in this form since the beginning of May. I just wanted to carry it for a while before I did this video, because now I think it's done. There's no more modifications to be done. Patches may change, but this is basically exactly the loadout I carry out every day, minus whatever I put in the auxiliary area, the auxiliary space, and I'm just gonna break it down as we go through. First, my coffee mug. It's a Stanley mug. It's technically, I've had this for 7 years, but it broke. It was green. It's like an old green one. Before they had like colorways, it was green, it broke, and then they just sent me this as a replacement. So that lifetime warranty is pretty good. Stanley, 5-6 years old. Well, technically this one's only 2 years old now, but basically the same. And that always goes in this one. I don't put anything in the hidden pockets. And then while we're here, you'll see I've changed these for Cobra buckles. These are the split ones, not truly load bearing or secure or whatever. I chose them over the Fidlocks because you gain like an inch maybe to cinch this together. Maybe less, probably less than an inch. And I want the tail to be up as high as possible because I like that slick and clean look. And yeah, I had the Fidlocks for a while, but you know, looking at this and finding that this distance shortens a little bit, I prefer this a lot more. Strap keepers on there. These are pack ideas or pack stuff ideas tags that I put onto these Haplon loops. So you'll notice that these are additional Haplon loops that Jeff put on when he swapped out the front. And in this side I have contact solution, and what else is in it? Yeah, Lucky Sours, and a plastic bag. and that takes care of this side's water bottle pocket. Let's look at the inside of the tail, which again Logan did an amazing job with. I asked her to replicate the inside with black and white webbing, because my original idea anyways was to put this tad op 1 on the inside so that it maintains this really clean look, while the other side has the op 1. And then this op 1, I don't keep anything in these pockets. This is the VX version, and then I've got the Rub-a-Dub Sharpie, because every once in a while this does need to get remarkered. It kind of fades a little bit. I mean, I'm not sure if the camera picks that up now, but there's almost, I mean, if you look really closely, there's kind of a little bit of orange going through. And then my pen tools and a covert lockpick thing. And then I don't keep anything here. It's essentially like an over glorified pen case. And then I'll go through this later. But I won't mount it. I won't unmount it. And then we'll get to here. And funnily, when Jeff was swapping this, the black version, the white, the UVX, didn't come all the way down to the bottom. So he had to take this off another bag and put it here to make up for the lost in volume or lost height. So there's extra webbing here, which I don't see myself using ever. But on top of that, you'll notice that there's bottom zippers now, so it's a quad zip, which is really useful for accessing this. Honestly, that's the only thing I use the extra zip for at the moment, is to get this. And we'll get to that in a little bit. It's great. It's just that I have that ability to go on either way, either side. But the tail almost never unbuckles. It almost never, because I'll just access the op 1 from here. So there's that. Obviously the blacked out tag that I have to marker every, I don't know, 6 months or something like that. Just when I notice. And what's in here? Oh, let's finish the exterior. Obviously, I don't use this. I was really excited that it was big enough to pull a 16-inch MacBook out of. 16 or 17? 16. But the way I carry this to the office, I just take it out and I open up the top and unload everything, because the keyboard's in there and I can't get that through this way. So this is almost never used now. And then the harness. This is the US made military harness. You can see that it's pilling. Honestly, that's all the military harnesses are. They just pill like immediately. But the cushioning is much thicker, and yeah, it's just overall better. And I definitely prefer the buckle release here. I grabbed another one of these off of a different military bag and put it up here as a stow, so that it's out of the way, because I almost never use the chest strap, because I'm basically only wearing this for maybe 5 minutes at a time. It's like I said, it's nearly 30 pounds. I drive it to work. I walk across the parking lot and up 4 flights of stairs, and then it just goes and hangs on my desk from this gear hook. I think it's 8 timber or timber 8 gear hook. I like that. I'm debating on whether I'm gonna get a hero clip for it, but right now this just feels better. I feel like when I use hero clips, I feel like they're gonna break. I know it's rated for like 50 or 60 pounds or whatever, but when it swings, because I'm constantly going into my bag, or not constantly, but when I am going into my bag, I feel like it's gonna snap or something. Yeah, so that takes care of the external. The padding here is gone, just like the original. I have my harness pretty much, well, this is a 21 to 24 harness, so it's big. The length of it goes all the way to the bottom here because it's so long. I essentially, it's all the way to the bottom except for like maybe an inch and a half, and that fits my torso perfectly. In here I've got the load lifters in one of these clips. They're folded in over here, and then they sit in here so that they're not, the straps are down here and out of the way. I pushed the bladder hanger through the hydration port, so that's also out here, making sure it's out of the way. I left the strap keepers on there, just, I don't know, because I didn't know where else to put it. The brain. This is, I carry a Lance head wired mouse and Aeropex. I've had these Aftershocks Aeropex for like, I don't know, it's probably getting close to 8 years now, maybe 7 years, maybe 7 years. And that's my primary audio. I have another Op1. This is basically my tech pouch. I take this out and open it every day. A notebook and a pen, work phone that that I essentially never use except for security purposes. And then in here I've got floss, weird energy things that somebody sent me, back team, which actually I need to re-put that in a different area. This is lubricant. These are energy, and they look really weird, but somebody sent these as a sample, and I know it looks like inappropriate, but they're actually energy packets. And then I've got some candy, and then liquid IV, and some gum and chapstick, and that takes care of the brain essentially. So they're back to me. And when I get into work, I essentially take this out. Oh, I forgot. My hand sanitizer is in there. Was in the brain as well, so it was all the way down here. It's like a perfume spray thing that I've filled up with hand sanitizer, and it's kind of out of the way. It's like a small cylinder. It's on Amazon. It's cheap. This is glass though, so it's worked well. I also keep one of these in my sling when I'm not carrying this. Let's get to what's in here. So you'll see that there's a space right here. This is my aux space. Essentially, this is where I put my snacks, here and here, or my lunch here and here, and sometimes here. But I like having this space here. I don't want my pack completely packed out with like pouches and things of that nature, because I like the auxiliary space. I carry this giant honking 96-97% keyboard. It is a Keychron Q5HE, so the HE is totally unnecessary for the work that I do, but yeah. Next would be the iPad Pro. This is a 12.9, the first generation M1 version, 12.9 inches, which fits with this case just perfectly into the tablet sleeve, which I am very happy with. And the 16-inch MacBook Pro, this is a work computer, so my work forces us to have to pack up our offices every day because it's, I guess it's not secure, and I don't want equipment being lost. Plus I get to every once in a while work from home, not very often, but the MacBook Pro, and that takes care of that and that. Then I have a notebook or a folder I keep documents in, and that sits in between the camera cube that's in there. So you'll see there's a camera cube, and then in front of the camera cube is a ultimate organizer. This was one of the ones from his, I don't know, drops from like last year. It's got that weird texture on it. And well, this is usually like this. This is, I got this, my son got this on China Airlines the last time we went to international travel. And I just keep this in the pack because it's kind of crush proof. I put my weird little my crushy snacks in there so they don't get crushed. And it kind of just sits here usually. And then I have a Magpul box, which has my glasses. I guess we'll get to that later. In case my contacts, I lose a contact or something. And let me just pull this all the way down, and you'll notice that, yeah, this is stiff, and I'll show you why. But on this drop pocket, it's the cover for this camera cube. It's a Shimoda camera cube. It's the small, I believe, and I have it just kind of like set up for the keyboard essentially, and then the ultimate goes here. This little metal thing goes here, and the Magpul goes here. The keyboard just slides in right there. And then in here I've got a dry pack. This is just in case I need to put something in there. It's the 8-liter view with the window. If I need to put it in there, and then, you know, put it here if I need to carry it. Honestly, I've never had to use it, but it's nice to have just in case I ever need to get to it. And that goes in this. I just put it into these elastic loops right here. I don't use this, and I don't use this because this, like I said earlier, it's gone into the hydration ports, and there's nothing on this side. And that's the cavity. Okay, so let's move on to the zipper that's in the tongue. I've got, these are metal zip ties. I just keep them in case I need them for something. I almost never access this area, so the zip ties, there's 5 of them in there. Can make N95 masks when I need it. Another zip tie. And this is, what is this? Oh, this is a giant Band-Aid, essentially. My moth stand, which I almost never use, that goes on the iPad. It just goes on magnetically. Just put it on and, you know, it sticks. That's what this is. It's like a magnet. I just put my sticker on it. Free sticker sample that I had got. I never use it. It sits in there just in case I need it, but honestly, I never use it. A small mask in case my son needs it. And the main thing in here that keeps this from flopping is I cut a piece of poly that I got from like Home Depot, exactly the height of this cavity right here. I'll pull it out. It's kind of a pain to pull out because it's so exact. So it's essentially just a piece of poly that I had cut out, and then I rounded it so that it doesn't poke. And originally this was in the old Blitz, and the Blitz had loop fields that were glued on essentially on this side, and this would go in and it would stick, and the Blitz 30 would then not be floppy anymore. But I measured it the wrong size and I kept the poly, and eventually I found use for it. I took it, it was actually much taller, I cut it, I re-rounded it, and then now that goes into this tongue here facing this direction, and it keeps this straight and standing all the time. It just never flops now because you can see it's basically the entire cavity. It goes right up to it, and in order to get it in I have to bend it to slide it in. So I'm not off the top of my head, I do not remember what the height of this is, but yeah, that's the other kind of main modification for this pack. The tiny little drop pockets. I've got, this is the austere cam buckle with webbing. This is a climbing carabiner, an actual climbing carabiner, and that goes in there in case I ever need it, which is doubtful. And I don't keep anything in there. And so yeah, that concludes the bag modifications for the most part. You can see these little tags, Photoshop and Illustrator, REs, because that is my profession. I've been playing with that stuff for probably 30 years now. Patches, REs, and yeah, that pretty much covers the mods for the pack itself. It's empty now. These are super cool. I do love that they exist and that I can access them like that. It's just, this is a work bag for me at the moment, and probably will be for a really long time, and I never access the quad zip. I love that it's there, and I thank Jeff for it profusely, but I never use it because I'm constantly just, I zip down to the curve right here. I pull out everything I need, and then I pull up the zips just past the curve, and then it hooks and just sits like suspended on my desk, and then I'm constantly going in and out of this. That concludes the Dragon mods. So from this point on, it's just gonna be boring whatever stuff that I have in my little pouches to complete my loadout. So, oh, and these are just using the slick clips. Oh, I forgot. I had Logan build a zipper into this, and the only thing I keep in here is a moleskin notebook. Well, I can't open it. There's a bunch of secret stuff inside. And I have a lot of hard code QR codes that verify multi-factor authentication and other notes or what have you. I originally kind of wanted to put a small ruler in here, but I ended up not doing that. And yeah, that little pouch right here, it's actually quite useful. You can totally miss it, especially once you see the op 1. And let's go through the op 1. This concludes the Dragon 2 portion. Now it's just going to be random junk. If you're still watching, I don't know. All right, so in here, I keep nothing. Oh, I do keep something. What do I keep in here? Oh, extra slick clips. I never open it, ever. That's why I don't remember what's in there. I've got a mechanical pencil. I've got my Apple Pencil. I've got a pair of titanium collapsible chopsticks. That the little thing has a stand that holds it together. I got this 20 years ago maybe, and I just kind of have it in case I need it. Sharpie, pen, standard razor blade refills, and another Sharpie, and the Covert Instruments, can't remember what it's called, the companion, I believe. And then in this, there's a weird tiny little thing that I keep, tweezers and like the ear waxing cleaning thing. This is supposedly titanium, but I don't know because I bought it from AliExpress, and it's probably been 6 or 7 years since I bought it, and I have not tried to anodize it. I have not tried to do anything to verify the validity of the titanium, but it opens from the top, and I believe it also opens from the bottom, and it's got a O-ring to keep it sealed, and yeah, it just kind of sits in there. And I won't be doing this the whole time where I'm putting everything back, but for this op one, I need everything exactly where it is because I'm constantly just reaching in there. Oh, I do keep something right here. This back of the rack here is my heartburn medicine, which I reach into every day without unbuckling. I just know exactly where it is. And that is the end of that. And that's it. That's everything that's attached to the bag. Yeah, I mean, the Cobra buckles, having to two-hand it to put it in is kind of a loss because the Fitloxy just kind of like slap them over and they connect. But honestly, I don't disconnect it. I don't disengage it a lot. So I definitely would rather have a shortened distance from here to here with the Cobras. And you know, they look cool too, of course. Alright. So, I guess we'll start with the Magpul Daka can. This is the smaller version. And all this is spare set of contacts, ear things for my glasses, wipes, and my glasses. My ridiculously overly thick glasses. And that's all just kind of for emergencies. In case my contacts actually do fail, I can still see because I'm like super blind without that. The camera cube, of course, already went over that. The free metal China Airlines box, also crush proof. Already went through that. Usually put a couple pieces of the Laughing Cow cheese in here and take it to work. So, alright. Let's start with the Ultimate EDC. Over here, I've got a shim. Those of you that don't know, this is a door shim. It's lets you push through a door. Just in case, you know, I need it. I also have this in my wallet that I've cut down. Band-Aid, wet ones, vitamin C, more wet ones. That's what goes here. And I'll put this shitty back. Very useful, really strong. And then this will go in there. That's where it's meant to be. No patches on the Ultimate EDC because I don't want it to catch, because it's going in and out. Although I don't really reach for this that often. There's nothing here. And we're here on the inside of this. inside, I've got this capsule, also some more ear stuff, a USB drive that I've taken apart, a flat piece of steel. These are silicone, they're not cotton, and it's kind of a repeat of the other thing. And I believe this is 256 gigs. One side is USB-C, the other side is USB-A. These are kind of just for emergencies, and it goes into a waterproof case, also purchased on, I believe, AliExpress. It could have been Temu way back in the day when Temu first started getting really big. Touchpad, keyboard. This is it can be Bluetooth, but it also has a 2.4 gigahertz dongle for when I need to access a computer or security or video security system. They don't normally have keyboards and mice, and I don't want to carry around an extra keyboard and mouse. I mean, I already do, but I'm like, sometimes they're so old they use the PS2 port. I don't know. This works in a pinch. It's a great little thing. It's got the arrows, it's got the touchpad, it's multi-touch. And here, this is, oh, the other thing is supposed to go in there. This is in the wrong spot. So these band-aids are the bigger band-aids. This back team is supposed to go into the boo-boo kit, which is really, it's a zero feud cup, CUP. I've got more floss, and I've got, these are eye drops, small band-aids, more small band-aids. I'm going to put the Bactine in there where it belongs. This is a Rode mic, 3.5 millimeter. And then over here, I've got a USB-C hub with Ethernet, card readers, USB 3, HDMI out. This Rode mic connects to, let's say, your phone via USB-C, since we don't have 3.5 anymore. For the most part, we don't. And I could use this as a nice little, it's kind of a shotgun mic. And then in here, which you've already seen, this is a US kind of a tech kit. It's got a bunch of SD cards in it, 64, and a bunch of micro SDs. I've got more SDs under there. I've got a lot of micro SDs, and these are USB-C tips to Lightning, to micro to A, more cards, and then there is a little cable that goes from here to here, USB-C cable. And yeah, I never use this except for when I'm accessing the cards. It's just there. This is the Leatherman sheath for this Surge. This is a black Leatherman Surge. Y'all should know what this is by now. I almost never use it now because I just never seem to have the need to. But in here is additional serrated saw, but I use the file more. So the saw is there if I need it. The ultimate EDC scissors, the Klein electric scissors. Everybody has those. Same with these mini Knipex pliers. I have a couple of these. They, around Christmas last year, they went on sale for like 10 bucks a piece. Or I think even less. But these are great. I use these all the time. A weird little multi-tool thing that I mostly use for a scraper. And then in here, I think it's ear protection. Yep, ear protection. You never know when you need that. 2 pairs. And then I've got the 711L micro ratchet. I have a bunch of these, and this one is the one with the flat end, and this is a extra key ring. This is my Ubico authenticator. one of my backups. And this thing can go, oh no, this thing, this thing can go in the screwdriver portion. Where'd it go? I don't know. I don't use it enough, but I have it just in case I need it. And it ratchets. It's got like, I don't know, like 70 teeth, 60 teeth. 60 teeth, goes different ways. Extremely useful. I have the 1/4-inch version that I carry around in my pocket all the time. I guess we can go over that at some point, maybe at the end. And yeah, that basically concludes that. Oh, and then I've got a set of min-inch wrench things that I do not use at all. I backed it on Kickstarter way back when min-inch had like 0 projects. I think maybe this is their first project, and I just keep it in here because I don't know, just to keep it in there. Oh, and this is full of antihistamines, in case my allergies go crazy, which they often do. And that concludes the ultimate EDC pouch. We'll take that and move it out of the way. And then we'll go to the Tech Op 1. This is the older Op 1. I think it's 1000D, maybe it's 500D. And then here, I keep a tape measure that I use pretty often. A phone stand. The pocket tripod, I have one of these in my pocket all the time as well. You can take it and put your phone on it, and it'll hold it in different angles. My son uses, I give it to my son all the time, but this is a backup. A metal card, in case I need to use a metal card for something. And then a reverse door hook opener for like when you're in office doors. You just kind of take this and stick it in, you can pull it out, and then it'll open the door latch. Very similar to what this does, but the other direction. Yeah, you're gonna be like, what does this guy do? I have a bunch of these also hidden in random areas of my EDC, because I will sometimes, at some point, I may need it. This is a badge that I cannot show, and then 512 gig SSD. And for this pouch though, I am, some command strips for no reason. This was like a sample that I got. It's called My Business. I don't even know if these people are still around, but man, this is like, it's really hard, really stiff, very thick. It's probably like, I don't know, it's super thick. Like, and I just keep that in there in case I need it. That still goes over there. And then I don't keep anything in here in the Velcro area. I don't. Yeah, that's empty. Completely empty. And this is the tech part. This is gonna take a minute. This is my M.2 enclosure. Right now it's got 4 terabyte in it. I put thermal pads in it to keep it cool because it's passive cooling. I use this every day, and my cat she wants food. And then I keep 2 USB-C to USB-C, 240 gig, 240 watts, 40 gig cables. I've tested them, they are. And you will see that these are 711L boxes all from the wrenches I had. And then these are adapters. This is a similar cable, short, durable, A to C. And then I've got a data killer adapter because I want to plug in anything. It's just power, which now I need one for USB-C. And this is a USB-A to C adapter. I just kind of keep it in there and have it sitting in there. And then in here, I have a bunch of other adapters. A cable tie, a USB-C to C longer cable with the cable tie. This is my 2.4 gigahertz dongle for the Keychron in case I use it, but I'm always on Bluetooth. And this is a to female C cord adapter. These are C. This is an OTG adapter, USB-C with power and USB-A out. And then this one is the USB-C, micro SD, USB-A. And I just kind of keep these things together. It's not used that often, but it does get used. And then on this side, so this is like my main tech carry that I carry like every day, because like eventually I do eventually use it. And in here I've got some adapters. This is a USB-C magnetic, kind of a mag connect adapter. It works really well. 240 watts, also 40 gigs per second, but I don't use it as much anymore because these contacts will get really dirty at some point, and then you have to clean them or your data doesn't work. Another flash drive, 64 gig flash drive, another flash drive, I believe this one's 32, and then I've got angle adapters, which some of them are missing because they are on the dock at work. And this one's female C to male C at a 90 degree. And then I have one that's like this, but the C is turned. That one's on the dock. This is essentially another adapter, also a Magpul like thing, but this is lightning, which thankfully I almost never have to use anymore except for my son's iPad and then the work phone, because the work phone is old. But this is USB-C as well. I actually have like a bunch of these and they all have either USB-C, they mostly have USB-C magnet tips, and then I have some lightning tips, and they're just kind of for emergencies or when I don't have them. And then I have, after the drive and the cables, the adapters, these are full of more adapters. So in here I keep a USB-C to USB, female USB, in order to get 3.5. And then this USB-C drives power while it delivers 3.5 out. Another flash drive, this one's 1 terabyte with A on one side and C on the other side. This is a USB-C to C, sort of a extender or joiner, or what have you, whatever you need that for. I know it's gonna seem like a lot. And we'll go there, and then in here, this is the USB-C to my Aeropex, the headphones that I always use. This charges it because it has a proprietary magnetic charger, but this has a USB-C, so basically I just need my USB-C cable to charge those headphones. I don't really need to use this that often because the battery on those headphones lasts 8 hours and I only need them for 8 hours, and then I go home and charge them. This is another C to lightning adapter. I use this one more often than I use the magnetic one. This is yet another A with C out OTG C male. This is a mini to micro adapter. And then this is a USB-C to mini. So I have not needed to use these in a while because thankfully we've moved away from all of that, but I have it regardless, just in case. And that takes care of that one. And then now for this one, This is a USB-C to micro B. So it's the micro with the additional power. Almost never have to use that anymore, but I kind of do I need this in order to read one of the external drives that I have over here in this that I showed earlier, because that was not just micro, regular micro. This is micro to C, in case I only have a micro cable. This is C to A, and then this is C to female C, and it just makes the C angle out. And then this one is C to micro, regular micro, or micro A, I guess. And this is micro B. So essentially these two are exactly the same. And then the micro B has an additional, right there. All right. So, and then we'll go to this one. Another magnetic tip, female C to C. And they swivel, and that's why I have it in there, because it's useful sometimes to plug something in and have it go that way or this way. And another C tip, and another micro tip, and another C tip, and they're all very interchangeable. I don't know why this isn't, that should be like that. Okay. And yeah, this is another C tip. I have a bunch of them in there. This is A to micro. And then this, I still have this. This is the 30-pin connector for the old iPod. And it uses USB, USB, what the heck is it? Well, mini USB. And then I can adapt that, and it works. I have my mini USB adapter to here, and that goes to USB-C, and then I can plug in a 30-pin if I ever need it, which I haven't in a very long time, but I have it. So it's there. And that takes care of that slider. These also contain adapters. So these are supposed to be waterproof, but they don't go in really tight. There's an O-ring, but in here is a micro to lightning, and then this is a watt counter. So I plug this cable into the charger, or this side into the charger, and this into the phone, and it'll give me a readout of however many watts the thing is charging at, so I know that the charger is giving its full, potential or whatever. I think that's all I have for this one. This opens on both sides, and yeah, it's empty. And I don't normally use it that often, except for to check the power output of some laptops or towers, or if I suspect that the brick that I bought or the charger that I bought isn't putting out the advertised power. And of course, that depends on devices as well. And then in this one, this is a double-sided USB-C. Most of the time you're doing file transfers. If you're going phone to phone, you can use that. Other than that, it's really short, but it is reliable. It does do 40 gigs. And then this is the exact opposite, where it's two females on each side, which you see is a duplicate over there. And then another C to C, it's a duplicate, and I kind of just have it there, and I have it in here for the heck of it, because we carry a bunch of crazy stuff. That pretty much takes care of everything that's in my bag. I don't think I've missed anything. I've gone over that. I've gone over the camera cube. This is great. I mean, my Dragon didn't really stand up too well until I put this in it, and it fits just exactly perfectly into the base of the Dragon. And I like having the separations. It's easy for me to drop my keyboard in this way or this way, and then this the Ultimate EDC just kind of sits there perfectly, and so I've kind of dialed that in, and I really dig having the camera cube at the bottom. So that takes care of my entire loadout for that Dragon 2. I guess I can extend it a little bit longer. I have been talking forever, but I don't know if I'll ever get into, I think I've already gone through my pocket, my EDC second wallet thing that has my, I think I went through this already. So the mid-inch driver that separates, and then I've got some lock picks there. This works so well, and it just makes life so much easier. I'm constantly grabbing things, and then I've got all the bits that I need there that I basically have ever run into. And it's free spinning here, so it's easy to twerk and turn. Honestly, I think that's the end of this video. That is all she wrote, I think. So, yeah. I don't know anybody, again, has watched all the way through something like this, but this is probably the final video I'm ever going to make that has to do with the Dragon 2 anyways. Huge shout out to Thermolift Works, Thermolift, and Jeff. None of this would be possible without them, and it's essentially my ultimate bag. The Dragon definitely is in its final form here, and it's never, I don't think it's ever going to change, and this will be my work bag probably forever and ever. I mean, I thought I said that that might change just because I thought it was going to be that way with the Blitz, but now the Blitz is a bug out bag, and this has replaced it. Oh, the one weird thing is, like, with black, it picks up like so much dirt like, and hair, and like you can see like these little scuffs, like, oh man, that's wearing through actually. Or is that a stain? I don't know. But yeah, that's the end. Thanks for watching. I can't believe if anybody would even watch it for this long, but that is the update, and probably final update. You guys can stop asking. I'm done updating the Dragon. I've been carrying this since the beginning of May. It's not going to change. It's very dialed into my specific needs, and it looks exactly the way that I want it to look, and it works basically exactly how I want it to work. So maybe I'll do, I started getting into FPV drone flying, and I've now dedicated the front two to that. Maybe I'll go break that down on the next video in a couple of months or something. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.